Hello, my name is Blazin' Zeddy, and this is my marathon submission video for Shadow the Hedgehog only dark missions. So like all of our main story speedruns, we will be starting off in Westopolis, circled there. And for this speedrun, if you couldn't guess, we're only going to complete the dark missions. Because of this, we won't really be seeing the use of a glitch known as Chaos Control Glitch. We'll actually wait to use that until the very end. Until that point, this run is mainly execution on completing the dark mission objectives. So for Westopolis here, our objective is to take out all of the gun soldiers. There's one gun soldier here, but I am opting to ignore him since there is one extra in the level as a form of Golden Beetle. We'll make sure to get that. I'm going to grab this guy's gun. Use that to kill these soldiers here. You have to kill that alien to unlock that box, to unlock the spring, with the Chaos Emerald to unlock the spring. Use the remaining ammo to take out the 3 gun soldiers in this area. We're going to grab the submachine gun here, as it lets us, it just has more ammo, it's a lot more safer for the ending section. Just carefully navigate my way through here. There's a lot of those fruits. The bounding boxes are a bit wider than they look, so it's easy to get hit by them. Every hit loses you about 4 seconds, so you want to avoid them as much as possible. There's some guys hiding up here, gotta make sure we get them. Gotta make sure I stop here a bit to get those 2 as well. These guys don't always spawn right away, we got lucky. And then I'm gonna grab the egg vacuum here. The faster strat would have gotten the guy in the beginning that I skipped, and would have used the Omochao gun instead. I'm, however, opting for a little more consistent and safe strat, which is a lot easier to manage for this ending section here, because I can just hold down my action button and just vacuum away everything my way. You want to maintain Dark Shadow mode here, which is the mode I'm currently in, when you max out your dark points to fill up your dark meter. Here's the Golden Beetle we'll be capturing here. We're almost done, there's just 2 endings at the end. But to continue what I was saying, you want Dark Shadow because it gives you invincibility and infinite ammo. Infinite ammo we don't really have to worry about. For the part we really care about is the invincibility. Because you want to just be able to fly past things without having to worry about getting knocked around. It becomes crazy when you don't have that power up.
Attention! Emergency!
Okay, up next is Digital Circuit. This stage is pretty fun. I like the music of this stage a lot. You're basically inside of the computer network of the gun forces. And you're navigating through the wires, getting past all the terminals and bypassing firewalls. It's pretty fun. So the dark mission objective here is to destroy a core program that's at the very end of the level. So we're just gonna try to get there as fast as possible. This cycle here is hard to hit. We just make it barely with nice use of spin dash jumps. Hello, Rouge. Rouge is going to help us out later in the level, hopefully. She's not always cooperative, but we can pray. So I'm going to take a safety checkpoint here. You never know. Get back on. So these are the firewalls. They deal damage to you if you run into them, but you only lose 10 rings. And seeing that we have at most 50 plus rings at any given moment during the speed run of the stage, we were just going to go right through them if it means we're going to get somewhere faster. try ignoring the beetles here, as they'll make me lose time by slowing me down. Do a kick here to keep me from going too far up. We're going to grab the egg vacuum here. This will help us out near the very end. Using the nice spin dash jump lets us take advantage of that slope to get up in passive a few sections. I'm going to switch back to Rouge using the control or the D-pad. Rouge will help us take care of these barriers. She did for the first one. Second one, she's not being very helpful at all. And then we're going to jump onto this light rail. These are on a global timer. I believe I got a good time for this one. I still need to go through and really route it out. Okay, so in a previous playthrough, I acquired 5 keys throughout the stage. This lets us use this key door. All of our, all but like 2 of our speedruns allow New Game Plus, which allows us to have these unlockable items like the egg vacuum and make use of key doors, which is very nice. It also lets us skip cutscenes. You can't skip cutscenes the first time you view them, so otherwise the run would be more than 50% cutscenes, which is not fun. It is for those novelty runs like all endings, where we do the main 10 endings, but for something like a neutral story, or in this case only dark missions, it just wastes time when you can be playing the game. Alright, one final barrier for Rouge to help us out with, and we're just gonna quickly take out these enemies. Taking out these enemies fast lets us use those spotlights as soon as possible. I like the expert mode version of that section better. It's a lot more fun. You actually get to use the egg vacuum a bit. I'm going to get a safety checkpoint here, because I'm going to make a jump here, which it has the possibility of failing. It's going to be kind of hard to, but it's possible. Another checkpoint. Now here's where the egg vacuum becomes really important. I'm going to vacuum up these enemies. This bypasses their electric shield timings. When they have their electric shields up, they can't be hurt. So I'm just going to vacuum up and ignore that. Alright, the next section here is very cycle-based. Gotta make sure I kill this guy before his shield pops up to get his gun. Gotta make sure I make it before that block, that block will keep me from actually making it up here. Like in the other section, these bars are on a global timer. And with that, we just spin dash up. We take out the core program. The core program actually doesn't care about what weapon you use. It only cares about the amount of shots it takes. You could have the strongest weapon in the game, the Shadow Rifle, and go through the entire set of ammo for it and just make it. Or you could use a submachine gun like I did. Gets just as many shots in, if not faster, and take it out just as easily. Okay, coming up is Cryptic Castle. This is one of my other favorite stages. I have a lot of favorite stages in this game. They're all my favorite. But this stage is pretty fun to play for just movement purposes. There's no real use for Chaos Control Glitch at all. And the environment's interesting, the music's nice. All the missions kind of follow the same path, so you don't have to really relearn the whole level just to try out a different mission. So we're going to grab a torch here. Just by using this torch, we activate lanterns. The lanterns lets us unlock further sections of the level. We're also going to use it to complete this objective. Getting that past that guy can be a pain sometimes. Yeah, so that's the first objective there. The giant lantern. There's 5 of them in this level. We're going to try to get all 5. We're going to use a nice spin dash jump here to kind of skip past the intended way of getting to this guy, which is using the rails. Rails are fun, but they're slow sometimes, so we try to avoid them when we can. Instead of going across the top like it wants us to, we're going to actually head down to where you would normally be if you had not gone up top to light the lantern. This is faster, not just in movement to the bird, but, I forget the name of it. I call them birds. It's easy enough. It's faster to one of the birds, but it's also somewhat faster for the path after the birds. You'll notice I'll lower myself on the screen here. This lets me fall to the ground faster, right here. I'm up against the wall there. If I'm fast enough, I can hit that second balloon instead of the first one. The first one is pushing you up in the air so you can hit the second one. That section there can be a little bit scary if you mistime that homing attack. You might end up homing attacking into the pit of larva, and it can be a pain to get out of it. Alright, so here's the third lantern. I'm gonna go grab a torch here. Alright, so like in Digital Circuit, we're gonna make use of this key door. I'm gonna grab some extra torch ammo here. I'm gonna actually use some of the torch's durability to open up a door in the next section. I'm gonna make sure I stay away from that unlock or the energy shield or the magnet shield. It's nice for casual play, but in this game it takes away your rings for light dashes. And although they give you temporary fake rings to use for the light dash, they're much harder to hit. The bounding boxes are super weird. So it's just best to not have to deal with them at all and just don't get the shield. Try not to take damage like you would in any other situation. Alright, I'm gonna kill this bird here. And then there's just this little auto-scroller section here. If we had a pistol or something, we could be shooting the other birds that are flying past us, but we don't. It makes us drop our torch. That's not going to matter so much. We'll be able to pick one up right at the very end, which is where our final objective is. We're actually going to make use of this bird. I'm going to jump off right on a certain path like this. The bird's going to actually break the torch for me, so I can just pick it up while I'm running.
Nicely done, Shadow.
Nice, fast way of getting that last torch and completing the mission.
I'm one step closer to getting the truth from the Doctor. I will not let him interfere with my plans.
Okay, next up is a mini-boss fight. This is one of 3 egg breakers. This one's probably the most fun of them all. The neutral one's just too easy, the dark ones, or the hero ones, this one's fun. Just make him go over there, shoot him a bit, grab another gun, shoot him a bit, get another gun, keep shooting him, really start shooting them. And if you do it right, it's over. I believe this was the fastest time I've had for Eggbreaker Dark variant. In any setting, just grinding out attempts of it, or just in runs. So, needless to say, that went very well. Okay, coming up here is Central City. Central City is another one of those stages that people have trouble with when they first arrive. Mainly because of this first section where you would find the first 2 mega bombs for the Dark mission. You're supposed to destroy the dynamite pack here, but I'm going to use a spin dash off of some geometry in the level to bypass the need for that. Here's the first bomb. Homing attacking it a bunch is enough to just trigger it. I'm going to make sure I walk up to Knuckles here. That will trigger the cutscene since it's the first time I've seen Knuckles. And will allow me to make that spin dash jump a lot safer. Gonna do the same thing with the homing attacks for that bomb. And then we're gonna just keep acquiring some dark points along the way here. The goal would be to have enough dark points after we complete the third bomb. I had a little trouble here with getting up to that third bomb platform. And I accidentally managed to not load the sequence here that would spawn the enemies. So simple walk in, walk out seems to do the trick. Gonna grab the rifle here. This lets me have a better chance of destroying objects in my way, like that roadblock and some of these fruits. All this debris in the road here. Because we're in Dark Shadow mode, we have infinite ammo and we have invincibility, so just running around the acid road means nothing to us. Fastest way up this pole is just to keep jumping up it. It's kind of fun. I'm going to attempt a faster strat here. If my meter is a bit low, aka my timer for how much longer I have Chaos Control or Dark Shadow mode is low, I'm going to take an alternative path that's a lot safer. But if I can maintain enough Dark Shadow power, then the way I just showed you is the faster way. That whole section could have been done a little bit faster,
Revenge.
but overall it was faster than taking the safer route. Alright, up next is the Ark. This mission's normal mission instead of a hero. It's kind of odd how they decided to do that. The normal mission is basically an auto-scroller, just don't get hit by anything. This mission though, for the Dark mission, we need to pay a lot more attention. It's fun when multiple commands are mapped to the same button. You throw something instead of getting onto a black bolt. I know what this one's called, this one's a black bolt. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start acquiring some dark power, or dark points for Dark Shadow later on in the level. That'll make it safer overall. We're going to get Shadow Rifle here. The objective is to destroy all 4 of those defense matrices. And using the Shadow Rifle as the overpowered weapon that it is the fastest way to do so. We just jump off when we can. Take care of it. Now, ideally, I would be doing this mission exactly as I'm showing you now, except when I get to the third defense matrix, I'll be in Dark Shadow mode, and I will be attacking the defense matrix with my Shadow Rifle on infinite ammo spam. It's safer, I feel. I feel like it's more consistent. In this particular run, we actually miscalculate how many points we were supposed to be acquiring, and I'm going to end up activating Dark Shadow before I'm supposed to. If you're on a Black Vault when you have enough points for Dark Shadow, you will actually not activate Dark Shadow. You'll wait until you get off of the Black Vault, but because I have it now, I kind of have no choice but to use the alternative strat. Or I guess it is the faster strat. I just have problems with it sometimes, and I don't feel like it's safe enough for a marathon setting. Ideally not for an RTA setting, until it comes down to like, hey, you need those extra seconds. So instead, we're gonna ram right up against the shield here and try to aim our homing rockets around this barrier. Sometimes you can get around. The dangerous part is having to deal with the defense turret things around that defense matrix. If they can lock onto you successfully, you're going to die, which is sad. This is why I prefer the other strat. Alright, here's the last one. Just gonna jump off the Black Vault and shoot away, and the mission is completed.
The Eclipse Cannon is nearby. Say your prayers, you disgusting humans.
Alright, so next mini boss here is Blue Falcon, a variant of the heavy dog fight that we can find in another section of the game. We want at least 3 of these homing missile rocket weapons. So I'm going to use nicely placed spin dash jump. Started homing attacking him to make him drop these weapons. We got lucky, we got all 3. Sometimes he'll only give us 2, or sometimes he'll throw weapons off the edge. And it's just RNG in that case. So now we're just going to use this ammo to lock on to his other weapons and to his cockpit and just start dealing some damage. This fight's pretty fun casually. It's starting to become a lot more of a pain in a speedrun setting. Maybe if I can figure out what really makes the boss tick. Until then, this is going to be a little annoyance if the weapon placements aren't quite right. This time is pretty good. I'd be happy with something like this in a marathon setting.
The planet-piercing Eclipse Cannon. There's no escape for you now.
While these cutscenes are being skipped, I'll go ahead and explain what's going on in the last level, Gun Fortress. In this video, I am actually going to be using a safer yet slower strat. Our current fastest strat is very crash heavy, and it's something I would like to avoid in a marathon, because once you crash, you not only complete the entire sequence of events leading up to the level again, like skipping all those cutscenes, but you have to complete the entire level again. Especially if you crash near the very end, it can be painful. So the start of it's going to be pretty similar. We're going to be killing these aliens, getting the gun from here. What's going to change is that I'm not going to use the heal cannon as much in this next section, and we're going to be getting... We're gonna get the shatter rifle, but we're gonna go much further into the level before activating the chaos control glitch I had mentioned earlier. So I'll go ahead and explain what that is now. Chaos control glitch is an exploit of a race condition in the game. Basically, I'm going to enter a checkpoint and use chaos control glitch at the same time. The checkpoint menu will freeze all my meters, all my timers. This allows me to use chaos control indefinitely because the timer never runs out. So we'll be using that in about half a minute from now.
Shadow. The black aliens have broken their way through.
Okay, so now that we're in the first computer room, the objective here is to kill all the computers, or destroy all the computers. So we're going to use the shatter rifle for that as much as possible. I'll reacquire my shatter rifle, grab some extra safety ammo just in case. Here's our chaos control glitch. And we're going to go right up into the next checkpoint. We passed the section where it's very crash heavy, so continuing on from here is nice. That was a very clean chaos control glitch. We're passing the second computer. We'll get to that one later. It's actually faster to skip all the second computer stuff and go straight to the third computer, because getting to the third computer takes longer from the second computer than it does from the third to the second. And once you spam all my ammo, I have a bit of chaos control left, so we're going to use that to skip a little bit more of the stage. We're actually going to pass the very end of the stage here for the hero mission, and just go back. Now we're making our way to the second computer. Gotta be really careful on the timing of this jump, time it just wrong, you'll get hit by one of those lasers and end up falling into the electric water, and you'll die. You'll have to start all the way back from the end of the level.
At last, the
So,
human
not a
resistance
terrible
has been crushed.
occurrence if it happens, but it's slow. You want to avoid it if possible. Alright, so that was the last dark mission. So the final boss here is going to be Sonic and Diablon. Sonic being Sonic the Hedgehog, Diablon being Project Diablon, which is a mech unit that the gun forces have been working on.
And for Maria.
If you couldn't tell, is being controlled by the commander. So the goal here is to use Sonic to get high enough to be able to attack Diablon's face just repeatedly. It's going to be an occurring theme until we can get Dark Shadow. Sometimes Sonic doesn't cooperate, and if we just mistime it, we can just get in a constant state of we get up, but then the shield's down, or the shield's up. Sometimes it goes very smoothly. In this fight, it does not. Okay, there he goes down. He's on the ground floor now. We don't really have to rely on Sonic outside of making sure he doesn't hurt us. We can kind of trigger him to lower his shield without Sonic's help. In this fight, we're just making a lot of mistakes on timing. This fight can be really nice, it can be really bad. It really depends on the cycles you get into. One thing I'm trying to avoid here is using my pistol ammo. I only have 10 shots. I want to use it, if possible, to finish off the last bit. I almost fail at that. We have one bullet left. We just need to make a few more homing attacks to get our Dark Shadow power. We get it just in time, because we don't want to get hit by this energy blast that he does. I'm using Chaos Blast to get past his shield or make him drop it faster. And then we're just going to be spamming his face with pistol shots. Like that, it's over. That fight could have gone a lot better. It is what it is. Yeah, I wouldn't expect it to be much worse than that time in any run.
Mere humans cannot stop me. Perfect.
Okay, so with the completion of that fight, we have completed only Dark Missions speedrun for Shadow the Hedgehog. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you liked what you saw here, there's plenty of other Shadow related content on this channel. I do live stream as 3 times a week, basically.
I've got all the chaos
at least at the recording of this video. So feel free to stop by and check that out if you want.
Shadow.
But yeah, thanks for watching.
What are you gonna do with
Enjoy
them?
the credits. And I will catch you around.
I'm Shadow, the Hedgehog. I was created to bring order and justice to the humans. With the power of these emeralds, I'm going to destroy this damn planet. This is who I am.
No more gods, no more